What is going on, guys? I'm about to start a new project here. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe if you like my videos. And today we are going to start a chainsaw winch. I was given this chainsaw for free. I did some work for the owners of Canadian Tire, and they had this returned. They weren't able to sell it because it wasn't returned with, I can't remember what it wasn't returned with, but that's beside the point. So they gave this to me for helping them out on their property and stuff. So I've got this chainsaw, I've got a Husqvarna, and I've also got a still. So my still is my main chainsaw that I use for cutting wood when I need to, or cutting limbs and all of that type of stuff. This one I've used for one job, and that was about 4 years ago, and since then it has just sat. So we'll open it up here, we'll take a look, and comes with this carrying case. Now I'm going to have to redo this carrying case so that it still fits the winch and everything, but I think I can make that work. So what we have here is a Poulan Pro. It's 50cc, so a good sized motor on it. So it should have enough power for that. I know the last time it ran great. I didn't have any issues. It's got a 20-inch bar on it, which I will keep the bar obviously for something else, maybe my other chainsaw, because I think it's got an 18-inch. So, and I think it's an Oregon bar. No, it's not. It's actually a Poulan bar, but it might. A lot of times they might just put their branding on it. It may be, once we get into it, we'll know better. Then we also have here a hand winch for a boat. So I'm going to be taking the handle off of that. That's where that goes. We'll build a framework for it to sit in line here. We'll have to get a gear on here to match that, and preferably a bigger gear, because then it'll go from smaller to bigger to smaller on the inside to bigger, so which will give you the most amount of torque. And what I want this for is a bunch of different things, to be honest. I have a flatbed trailer, and we had a couple of months ago, I was at our campsite. I broke the buggy. One of the back arms broke on it, and I wasn't able to get it up onto the trailer, and I had to do a bunch of jerry rigging to get it up there. So this would have been nice to, I'm going to build a mount on the front of my trailer that this will lock into, that I'll be able to at the same time be able to pull stuff up onto my trailer when I need to, and there will be 1,001 uses once I got this built. So alright, first things first is we're going to take the bar off of here. We're going to try to line up some gears and all of that stuff, and then yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So first thing is, we'll just pull it out of this box, put this under the table for now, get it out of our way. And you guys let me know too what you think of the editing. I've been really trying to get better quality videos out to you. I know they haven't been as often as a lot of subscribers would like, but now it is getting to the season where it really slows down for me over the holiday season, and I really do enjoy making videos, so there will be a lot more videos. I've got a bunch of cool ideas coming out, that I want to bring to you guys, and if you guys have any ideas of stuff you'd want me to do, please feel free, go in the comment section. Okay guys, I thought I was recording. It wasn't. I use my phone, so it doesn't tell me that it's recording on, I can't see the front of the phone. So nonetheless, I will just explain real quick what I did here. I have this donor chainsaw, which I want the motor for, but I don't need any of the other components. So what I did was I got the clutch off, and the way you do that is don't use piston stop. Just take some string, fold it up, and stick it inside the piston hole, and then take a punch and spin it the direction it tells you. It tells you which direction it comes off. So it's counterclockwise, and or no, clockwise. So yeah, you give it a few taps there, you spin the clutch off, and on the clutch here, as you can see, it tells you which direction. So you want to go clockwise to get it off. So anyways, I got that. I now wanted, what I needed was this sprocket to match up to the sprocket that's on there. Now I wanted to go much bigger, and I still might by stepping this up. I've got to take a look at what I have for chains and gears and stuff, and then we'll go ahead and start with the framework of actually building this thing. So it looks like this has a bearing inside here, which is just a bit bigger than this, but I don't need the bearing because I want this to be solid on there, because this is going to be my drive gear. So got a little bit more planning here and set up, or get the rest of the stuff off of this table now that I don't need, and we'll get some gears lined. Okay, my friends, I've done some deliberating and trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to gear this down. Yes, I could. I'll show you over here. I could run it directly from this over to this, like this. I've got this to fit on and all of that. And now it could run that, and, you know, this would be done in, you know, it's just a matter of building a frame then. But I want to make it a little more complicated than that, and you may ask why, and I just think that, you know, if I want to make this versed in a lot of different applications, sometimes you want to go in nice and slow, sometimes you want it to go in, you know, a lot slower but have more Okay, my friends, I've been working here for a little while now, working on layout. I'll show you what I've done so far. I went and I got a 30-inch long chain and then had them custom make it so that I was able to shrink this down. I've now cut the bar down to here. There's no support under here. What I was originally going to do was go straight across, then up, and then have my winch mounted tall, but then I was like, well, the down pressure on that and then pulling, it's not going to be like a straight across pull when it's attached on the back here. Okay, my friends, it came a long way. I've now got everything all welded out, and a couple of other things I've added here since you guys were last I picked up the video. So all those holes you see at the end of the tubes here, like all of these, those are all going to get capped. I just haven't done that yet. Everything is finished out welded though, like all the plate is all now welded. I got to clean them all up, obviously, plug those ends, reinforced across here and then back to the bar here and then down to that plate. And then you can see I've got the derailleur hooked up so that I can change the gears so that it either goes faster or slower. And then I just took the handlebar grip off, so now I twist that and it moves this derailleur. So I can show you here. And then it will switch over to the next gear. Okay, my friends, I got it down here on the ground. And wound this back up. Okay, now I've got this up, let's get it started here. I am worried about, I think I am going to have some issues not using like a Lovejoy coupler between here. It looks like I got it just off a little bit off of this shaft, so that puts extra drag on the chainsaw, and so I think we're going to give it a test here, and I think that the clutch is not going to be able to overcome all of that friction and then, you know, give a good amount of torque at the wire. So if all else fails, I do have another winch that we can try to fit on here. So let's give it a shot and we'll see. exactly the problem I knew it was going to have. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, so what I have here is an old winch. Hasn't been used in years. Maybe not in the best shape, but I only want, you know, the gearing from it and the fair lead gear on the front. So I may be able to just get this figured out. First thing is we're going to take the electric motor off of here and see how we can attach either some gears or something to this first. So let's get into this winch here and we'll see what we're into. It's got some really old rusted bolts in it. That little rubber gasket on the end clearly wasn't doing anything. So I don't even know if this winch works. We could hook a battery to it, but what's the point? This one just, oh yeah, the rubber seal's here, but the rubber seal's all wore out on it and it's clearly all rusty too. So let's see if we can get this thing apart. There we go. There's the, all the magnets are all broke inside. So as you can see, now that we have the commutator exposed here, I can spin this at a relatively fast pace and it barely turns that winch. So the gearing inside here is going to be way better than the gearing that I've designed there, just because that's what this is. And what we'll do is we'll figure out how to get this mounted up on here, but I guess I've got to get that other one stripped down first. Well, we'll get that up here, get a few of those things off of here, and see if we can get this new winch lined up on there. Okay, so what I've done is I took the outside cap off, and there was the bottom part of the commentary here. I can show you this part of it here. So that was on attached here. So all I did was just take a puller, just like this, and took the grinder first and cut through all of these wires that were holding it on, and then pulled that off, and then put a washer there, and then the cup you can see right there for the other side of the chain, and then it's just, I haven't cleaned up the weld yet, but then it's just welded on to the shaft on this end. Now if I had the proper die set, I could have you know, put threads on here and then put on and pressure fit, and that probably would have been just as fine. But this chain, I'm gonna always make sure it's tight and it doesn't skip, so there's no reason, you know, this won't last a ridiculously long time before that has to be replaced. And even if it does, I can just blow it off with a plasma cutter or a torch and weld on a new one. So now all I have to do is get this plate set back up, get the chainsaw, everything lined back up, and then I can start welding this to this plate, and we can kind of go from there. So once I get everything kind of lined up here, I'll bring you back. Okay, my friends, I pretty much got it all together now. I've got a few other things I want to add, but I was able to reuse this. I drilled and put in this new clamp so that, you know, you can hang off it, and I tried to align it so that most of the stress is where it's being pulled from on this side. I may add some more supports underneath just to strengthen things a little bit more, but maybe not even necessary, to be honest. The other thing I'm going to do is add a secondary handle up here so that you have 2 points to pick it up from, because it's not very heavy at all. Obviously you're just picking up a winch, a chainsaw, and a little bit of metal. So maybe we'll get a weigh-in when I'm done here. We'll get a scale and we'll weigh it, and just curious on what it weighs. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much ready to go. Tomorrow, it's the end of the day, so I don't even get to test it or anything yet. I've got to go in and get some stuff done. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be back out here and I will get the handle built and we'll set up and do some testing. And if all goes well, then the chainsaw will come off and I'll get everything painted and ready to work. So, okay, my friends, I've got everything together now. We continued off last night. I still haven't got to test this yet, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. Like, there's just no way it wouldn't. Everything lines up perfectly. There's no stress on the chain when it spins, which is nice. So what I've done is I've worked on building a handle here. I just took some thick-walled tubing here, cut it, mounted it on the top here, and then capped both ends with some flat stock, and just so water doesn't get in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to weld this on right here on this corner, and when you go to pick it up, it should be, you know, if you pick it up and, oh, that's really hot still, it should line up with this handle, and it should give you a good, nice, stable lift. So, I'm just going to get my helmet on here, and we'll weld this on. Make sure everything is nice and straight. There we go. A few more tacks first. Okay, that's on there. That is permanently on there. And last thing I want to do is get a little hook on the end of this, either a ring or something that this can hook on here, just for traveling purposes. So I'm going to see what I can source out here, and we'll be back. So it's going to be my chain guard. It's going to go on just like so, and that will protect, you know, your fingers, or if you, not so much your fingers, because you shouldn't be putting your fingers in there anyways, but what it'll do is it will at least, you know, if you drop something on it or a tree comes down on it, it's not going to hit that blade. So we just need to get this all cleaned up here, and it will be ready to go on too. Okay, so now I've got that all welded on there. I might try to get one more weld up in here. Try to get a good angle on it. There we go. Finally. Okay guys, it is now finally done. All I've got left is to get it all stripped down and get it primed and get it painted. I'm going to do all of that before I do my first test. I think I have some confidence that it's going to work just fine. Now there is other ones built almost exactly like this online, so this isn't like something I came up with. The way I had you know, approached it is, but you know, there is other videos online of people doing this, so I just thought you know, I would give my attempt at it. So as you can see, everything is on here. This is just to pull the chainsaw back to keep everything tight. We got the guard, main, handles, place for that to go. So it looks like we're finally complete. So I will, once I get this stripped down, I will bring you guys back and we'll throw a coat of paint on it. Okay, my friends, I got it set up here. I've got my new Cub Cadet lawnmower. I've got the emergency brake on just to add more resistance, and I know we'll test this more once we get back down to my campsite, and we'll pull some logs out of the bush and stuff like that. But it is November and we've had snow a few times. Today's a nice day, but it's gonna be cold here soon, so I figured I'd get this test set up here so I can get this video guys out to you guys, and let's get this thing started and we'll pull this lawnmower and see how well it works. as you can see, it does work, and it works really well. We'll get some more tests here. You know, maybe if somebody gets stuck over the winter and stuff like that, we'll pull it back out and we'll do some more testing on it. But as you see, it does work. It pulled that with no effort whatsoever. But yeah, and you can just see I just got it attached to this is actually like a strap from a harness that is expired, so now it's going to be the strap for this. As you can see, it's just attached to the back of my dune buggy here. If you haven't checked out those videos, there's a whole series on me building this dune buggy. Pardon me. And yeah, so it's just attached to the back of that, so I don't have emergency brake on that. I guess I could have put it in gear, but yeah, so it pulls just fine. But thanks everybody for checking out this video. I greatly appreciate all the subscribers, all the new subscribers, and I'll be coming out with lots more videos over the next little while, now that you know, it slows down at work for me and I can get lots more content out to you guys. So I will talk to you guys all in the next video. Have a great day.